$20 billion. 2,000 kilos of uranium. Zero clarity. The US says Iran has agreed to sell its nukes. Iran says it never will. So is this the deal that ends the standoff, or proof there was never one? The US and Iran are negotiating a deal that would see Washington release $20 billion in frozen Iranian funds in exchange for Tehran giving up its enriched uranium stockpile. But the two sides can't even agree on what they've agreed to. Axios, citing 2 US officials and 2 additional sources briefed on the talks, reported that the figure on the table has shifted considerably. The US initially offered $6 billion. Iran demanded $27 billion. $20 billion is where things currently stand.
Iran clearly wants the $20 billion and a lot more. They clearly want to sell oil at free market rates without sanctions. They want to participate in the global financial system, but they also want to have this nuclear weapons program. They want to fund terrorists like Hamas, and they don't want to give that up enough to get the things we're offering.
But within hours of that report, Trump flatly denied it.
No, we are not paying 10 cents. Our people, together with the Iranians, are going to work together to go get it. And then we'll take it to the United States.
The talks, mediated by Pakistan with support from Egypt and Turkey, are centered on a 3-page memorandum of understanding. Among its provisions, a moratorium on nuclear enrichment, with the US demanding 20 years and Iran countering with 5. A compromise is still being worked out. Trump told CBS that Iran had agreed to everything, including handing over its enriched uranium, nearly 2,000 kilograms in total, with 450 kilograms enriched to 60% purity. But within a couple of hours, a spokesperson for Iran's foreign ministry released a statement that said,
"Enriched uranium is as sacred to us as Iranian soil and will not be transferred anywhere under any circumstances. Transferring uranium to the United States has not been an option."
Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Shalibaf went further, posting on X that Trump had made 7 claims in the space of 1 hour.
The President of the United States made 7 claims in 1 hour, all 7 of which were false. They did not win the war with these lies, and they will certainly not get anywhere in negotiations either.
According to a report by Reuters, no agreement has been reached on nuclear issues. Tehran hopes a preliminary deal could come together in the coming days, with a possible ceasefire extension to create space for further talks. A second round of negotiations is expected in Islamabad as early as this weekend, and what happens next is anyone's guess. New details from Iranian state media suggest US warships came within minutes of being targeted by the Iranian military. According to Press TV, the incident took place on April 11th, when 2 US Navy destroyers, the USS Michael Murphy and the USS Frank E. Peterson, entered the strategic waterway. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy reportedly issued initial warnings. When those warnings were not heeded, the report claims the IRGC escalated, locking 16 cruise missiles onto the vessels. The message was clear: withdraw within minutes or the missiles would be fired. Faced with what they believed was an imminent strike, US personnel reportedly requested a 15-minute delay. According to the report, the time was meant to relay the situation to higher command and seek further instructions. The standoff lasted less than an hour. Press TV says the confrontation ended with the US destroyers withdrawing rapidly from the area, in what it describes as a forced retreat shaped by Iranian restraint. But the follow-up investigation goes further. It claims the US naval movement was not routine, but a calculated high-risk operation timed to coincide with diplomatic talks in Islamabad. The report characterizes the mission as a failed show of force, arguing it could have easily spiraled into a major military incident. According to the findings, both destroyers attempted to pass through the strait using deception. They allegedly spoofed their identity to appear as commercial vessels linked to Oman, navigating close to coastal and shallow waters in an effort to avoid detection. The assumption the report suggests was that Iranian forces might lower vigilance during a ceasefire, but that calculation appears to have failed. Iranian naval units already patrolling near Fujairah reportedly identified the vessels early and moved to intercept. Press TV further claims that alongside missile targeting, attack drones were also deployed, bringing the ships, in its account, within minutes of destruction. The report concludes that the operation was designed to test Iran's naval readiness under ceasefire conditions. There has been no official confirmation of these claims from US authorities. In one of the world's most critical choke points, even brief encounters carry the risk of rapid escalation, where minutes can determine whether a standoff ends in retreat or something far more dangerous. After weeks of intense fighting, fresh claims are raising serious questions about the true scale of US military losses in the Iran war. According to a report by the Daily Mail, satellite imagery and open-source data suggest that Washington may not be fully disclosing the extent of damage inflicted by Iranian strikes during the conflict. The report, part of the outlet's Photo Evidence series, analyses imagery from EU Sentinel satellites alongside flight tracking data and ground photographs. It argues that the US Department of War has suffered significant losses, particularly in high-value strategic assets, while limiting public visibility of the damage. Since the launch of the US-Israeli campaign against Iran on February 28th, Iranian forces have responded with waves of missile and drone attacks targeting American military infrastructure across the Gulf. Unlike conventional warfare, the strategy appears focused on disabling command and control systems, including radar and air defense networks. One key site highlighted in the report is the Prince Sultan Air Base, a major logistics hub for US operations in the region. Satellite imagery suggests that an airborne warning and control system aircraft, or AWACS, may have been destroyed during a strike on March 27th. The loss of a single AWACS aircraft is estimated at around $724 million. In addition, images indicate that several KC-135 refueling tankers may have been damaged or destroyed in the same attack. Each tanker carries a replacement cost of up to $240 million.
Looking at one airbase on just one day of the Iran war, it appears probable that the US lost over $1 billion worth of equipment.
Beyond this single incident, broader estimates paint an even more costly picture. Reports suggest that by mid-April, the US may have lost at least 39 military aircraft, with an additional 10 damaged. Among the most significant losses is the MQ-4C Triton drone, valued at up to $250 million, as well as multiple MQ-9 Reaper drones. There are also claims that advanced fighter jets have been downed or shot, including F-35s, F-15s, F-16s, and an F-18. If confirmed, such losses would mark a major blow to the perception of US air superiority. Further strain has been seen in operational setbacks. During a mission in Isfahan, US Special Forces reportedly destroyed their own aircraft, including 2 MC-130J planes and several helicopters, to prevent them from falling into Iranian hands. The report also raises concerns about transparency. It says that the US Department of War requested Planet Labs to halt the release of satellite images from the conflict zone, including Allied bases, a move that has fueled further suspicion.
The Department of War has stopped US satellite companies from publishing imagery, which shows us the damage that other sources and photographers on the ground are revealing.
While some of the imagery originates from Iranian state media and requires cautious interpretation, the convergence of multiple data sources has intensified scrutiny. As the war continues, the gap between official statements and emerging evidence is becoming a growing point of contention. Whether these claims are fully substantiated or not, they underscore a broader reality. In modern warfare, the battle over information can be just as critical as the fighting on the ground.